welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make two super easy Christmas crafts. The first one, you can paint it any color you like, from elegant to whimsical, and the second one, I think is just plain cute. Anyway, stay tuned and we'll show you how to make them. Alright friends, I have a handful of things here. This candle holder from Dollar Tree. I have this candle holder from Dollar Tree, some E6000 and some Icicle ornaments. Those also came from Dollar Tree. And we're getting ready to put them together to make something cute. Or at least I hope it's going to be cute. That's my goal here, to try to make something cute. Will it work? Don't know. But anyway, this is a candle holder. This one is chipped, but it's okay because we're going to paint it. And I really like the style of these new candle holders that Dollar Tree is getting in. But with my trusty hot glue gun and some E6000, we're going to glue these together. I'm not taking the labels completely off because I want to see just how many comments I get telling me to take the labels off. But we're going to put some E6000 right here in the center, and then we're going to put the hot glue around it. The E6000 is going to give us long-term hold, and then the hot glue is going to give us short-term hold so that if cats, dogs, or feral children bump it, it's not going to fall apart. Okay, so the lid is kind of stuck on my E6000. Before you put your lid on, I usually like to put a little bit of Vaseline or something around the threads that will keep it from sticking. But if not, and you can't get off, you can take your scissors, open it up, just kind of grip it like so, squeeze it and twist. It'll help you take the lid off if you don't have a pair of pliers handy. But like I said, I'm just going to put this right here in the center. Try to not let your E6000 and hot glue overlap, because what that does is they're going to mix. They're not going to set up correctly. It's going to create a weaker bond. Okay. So now we're just going to put the hot glue around. Ooh. Like so. And just glue this directly on top, like that. Now we're going to let this hot glue set up, and that will hold it in place enough so that we can continue working on it. So the hot glue has set up, and now we're going to move on with these Icicle ornaments. You see about the size there. In case you can't find these at your Dollar Tree, maybe you can grab some at Walmart or whatnot. I don't know exactly how many I'm going to use. I have 2 packs, so I'm hoping, surely that's going to be enough. But anyway, you see like this little loopy loop here that you use to hang it? I'm just going to snip that off with these wire cutters, like so, because I don't want that on there. Okay, now let's see about how far up. I'm just going to hold it right here, okay? And then I'm going to put my hot glue here. I'm going to glue that to the candle base. Like so. Trying to stay in frame here. Okay, so you have that. Now for this next one, I just snipped the end off. Now, I don't want it to be as tall. I want to try to trim it down a little bit. I'm going to see if I can with these wire cutters. These are pretty flimsy. I mean, Dollar Tree, you know, it's pretty flimsy. So I'm going to see if I can do that. Okay. So you see, here's the end, and then you got 1 nubby, 2 nubby, 3 nubbies. I'm going to cut between the 3rd and 4th nubby. Okay. You go 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to try to cut right there. Notice I said try. Ooh. Well, that came off rather easily. Okay. So now let's see. And I know I'm getting in and out of frame here. So let's hold it right there so that I know where to put the hot glue. It doesn't matter which side I put this on. Okay. So now I'm just going to continue gluing these all the way around. I'm going to do tall and then the shorter, tall, shorter, tall, shorter, all the way around. All right, so here we go. Here it is. 2 packs fit perfectly. You can see it fit perfectly all the way around, so you only need 2 packs of that. Now listen, if you want to leave this as is, that would be fine. And I think it would be really pretty. You know, you could get some of those fairy lights that change color and put down in there. If you wanted to, that would be pretty. But I think what I want to do is I want to spray paint this whole entire thing silver, okay? I don't like the contrast. For me personally, I don't like the contrast of this to this, okay? So I am going to get some paint And hold on, let me get it. I think I left it in the car. I'll get the paint and I'm going to show you what I'm going to paint it with. So this is the paint. Let's turn it this way so I can get the whole can in the picture. But this is the color that I'm going to be using. This is titanium silver, sort of like a metallic type paint. Like I said, I'm going to paint the whole entire thing. This really, really shiny stuff is getting on my nerves. You can leave it like that. You can paint it. You know what would also be pretty? You could paint this white and then leave these as is. You can do whatever color you want, but this is what I'm going to use. So I'm going to go paint it and then we'll come back. Okay, so this is very tall. It's hard to get in frame here. Here, I could turn it sideways, but there's a few glue strings I didn't get off of there and I need to go back and clean that up. But this is what this looks like. You can turn it up like this. I'm very happy with it being silver. Like I said, if you don't want to paint yours, don't paint it. Or, you know, do whatever you want to do. But I really like this here. Now, for the candle, you can use just a regular votive candle if you like, or you can use a battery-powered one. I think it would also be pretty with some colored fairy lights down in there. You know, you can get those because this is painted. The light is still going to come through, okay? You're still going to see light. And I have some purple lights. I want to try that. I want to try and see what the purple lights down in there look like. But fairy lights, votives, LED candles, whatever you want to put in there, I think would be fine. Anyway, moving on. All right, so for this one, you're going to need 2 of these little Christmas trees from Dollar Tree. So I'll get those open, which I should have done, but I was trying to show you the box. And for each one, you're going to want to pull this thing off here, okay? Just pull it off and do the same thing with the other tree. So now what we have, these 2 trees and the ends have been pulled off. So now what we're going to use here, these ornaments, these cute little boot ornaments. And these ornaments came from Dollar Tree, of course. So we're just going to cut them apart and cut this ribbon off the back, okay? Because you're not going to need that. Just cut that off. Okay, so now we have 2 little booties all by themselves, okay? So now let's take our tree and you can feel, let's take the branches and just fluff the branches out just a little bit so that we can see what we're doing. Now up here at the top, this is the top, okay? This big long piece that is folded down. Keep that folded down like so. So just kind of fluff these out until you get to the end here. Stop. Okay. Just keep that folded down. What you're basically just trying to do is find the very top here and you can feel it right there. So everything that's around that top, you want to fold it up. Okay. So just get these branches out of the way and fold this up. I think there's some more. Okay, I think I've got them all. No, I don't. I told a lie. Okay, just kind of squish that down like so. We're going to be gluing this down inside the little booties, okay? See, there's a good amount of space down in there. So you're going to be gluing the tree down inside there like so. That's why you want to get all of these branches out of your way, okay? Now, I'm just going to coat this here. Now, be careful with the hot glue because these are going to start to melt, okay? But I'm just going to put a good amount of hot glue right in here. Make sure you get some on the bottom. Hurry, hurry, hurry so it doesn't drip all over your table like I'm getting it all over mine. It's okay. We'll pick it up here in a second. Okay. Now carefully just work that down like so inside the boot. And then hold that in place until that glue sets up. We're going to do the same thing with the other tree. Okay, so now we have our 2 little bootsies glued in there. Now what you're going to do, just start bending your branches down, okay? Don't really worry about what they look like right now because we're going to fix it all here in a little bit. We're just wanting to bend it down to get it out of our way, okay? So just bend them down like so, and you want to do that on the other tree as well. Okay, now because we're going to be having these together like so. Let's see if this would look better. You want to try to take your branches and kind of spread them apart like so that they're not all bunched up together so that you can get them closer together. Am I making sense? Does that make any kind of sense? Like I said, we can bend these branches however we want them here in a little bit. We're just trying to create a flat side right here. Okay. Try to make that flat. And I'll do it on the other one. Okay. Okay. All right, so these are pretty flat. So now we need to attach the tops here. And what I'm going to use is this piece of foam. And I think this is going to be big enough, but you want to put the trees together so that they can stand up. Okay, like so. And then let's see if this foam is going to be big enough. So I'm going to take some scissors and I'm going to poke a hole in this foam. And then we're going to take the top of the tree and stick it in these holes, okay? Stick that there. Be careful so that we don't break the foam. Okay, see how that is stuck down like so. And now let's see where we can poke a hole for the other one. I'm going to poke it right here. Poke it right there, okay? Let's poke it with these scissors. I shouldn't have come so far in on that side, but it's okay. It will be fine. If not, if I tear it up, I've got some more foam over here, okay? I'll just use that one. And then put this up in there as well. Okay, and now that is going to hold them together and make them stand up. And you can just adjust them however you want to make them stand, okay? Now that we've got that, we need to make a hat. I got this fleece at Joann's. It was on sale, okay? So I just got a yard of this fleece. There's a bunch of different things that you can use, though, if you don't want to buy fabric like I did. Dollar Tree has the fleece scarves. I wanted to use that, but my store was out. You can use those. You can use, like, the cheap $3 fleece blankets that Walmart has. Anything of that nature. Do you have, like, an old shirt that you're not wearing anymore made out of this fleecy material? That would work as well. I just happened to buy this because, like I said, I was in the store and it was on sale. Let's get these little feet out of the way. But what I'm going to do is, and we can do this, you don't have to sew to do this. I'm going to straighten it out best I can. Where's the edge? I'm on the edge. And then what I'm going to do is, let's cut out a hat shape. So let's get this out of the way. I think a hat shape, what are you talking about? A hat, Santa hat. So I think I'm going to go from here. I kind of want the hat to be on the bigger side because we're not going to be sewing this. Like I said, we're going to be gluing it, and you want to allow yourself sort of like an edge that you can glue down, like your seam allowance if you were going to sew it. So what I'm going to do is cut it from here, probably up till this point here, and then back down. Just a triangle shape that we can use, sort of like a Santa hat shape. I believe the glue has set up. It doesn't feel warm anywhere. So now what you're going to do is, let's see, I'm just going to trim off this very, very tippy top here. Now you're just going to very carefully flip it right side out. Okay. And as with any sewing project, you can use a pen, you could use a paintbrush, whatever you have, just to poke up in there and just to poke. Go Gadget nails. I have sharp nails, so I'm going to use that. But, you know, use whatever just to kind of work the end of the hat out. Which just really doesn't matter because we're going to put a jingle bell on it. Or whatever you want to glue to it. Let's just get that out there. Now let's just lay it down. And I'm going to work. I need to work on this some more because I know that is not poked all the way through. So now I have one of these dusters. This box is filthy. One of these dusters from Dollar Tree. And I only have one of the little fuzzy pieces left. But I want to open this up. What are you doing? I don't know. We're going to open this up like so. You see how that kind of pulls apart? Sometimes you can pull it apart. Sometimes you might have to cut it apart. I think I can just pull it apart here. I think. Watch me be totally wrong. But there we go. Sometimes they come apart easily. Sometimes they don't. Then you have to hack at it with scissors. But for me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this now and I'm going to cut it into strips and we're going to glue it along the bottom to make his hat look all fuzzy. So you can Just trim it like so. And I know we're cutting the fuzz on the front, but it's so fuzzy, it doesn't matter. If you don't want to use that, you can use an X-Acto knife. So let's see. I'm just going to put a little bit here. Okay. Just glue it down there right on the edge. Just get that there. And this is going to shed a little bit. Just pull it off. Every time I work with these, they usually shed a decent amount. But just get that in place and press it down. Oopsie. Glue it to your finger. And now I'm just going to work my way. What is this stuff? Work my way around. Okay, so now we have our tree here. Now let's see what side I wanted to use for the front of this hat. And I will have to go back and trim the fuzzies up on this hat a little bit. The hat's rather large. But anyway, you just slide the hat down onto your tree. You see like the end can kind of fold over like so. Like I said, I know this is hard to get in frame. You can just fold it down like so. But now we need to make the nose. I'm going to use a wooden bead and a pipe cleaner because that's what the lady that showed me how she made hers, that's what she used. Okay, so this is just a wooden bead on a pipe cleaner. And she took one of the branches here and pulled it down. And then, because it'll be hard to glue anything to this, she held it like so and then just twist your pipe cleaner around the branch really, really tightly to hold it down. So it worked for her, it's going to work for me, okay? So just twist it down and then trim off the ends. So there's that. Now, let's see. Let's get this out of the way and let's come back to our hat. Where do my jingle bells go? Now, I'm just going to glue this on. If you want to take, needle and thread and sew it onto the hat, go ahead and do that. Just for the sake of the video. Shh. Just going to glue it on. God, I hate noise. I can't stand noise. So I'm just going to put a big old blob. Oh my gosh, jingle bell. A blob of jingle bell. A blob of hot glue. And just stick it on like so and hold that in place. And I'll have to get the glue off the table that I'm dropping everywhere. But I'm going to hold this in place until that glue sets up. Okay. So now the only thing left to do is to put the hat on your little gnome tree and then fluff out the branches. Okay. Like I said, we'll get the hat on and then I'll worry about fluffing the branches because that's going to take me a minute. But anyway, that's the basics of how to make this. So I'm going to get the branches fluffed out, fix his hat a little bit better, get everything in place, and then I can take a good picture for you. But I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you would, please give it a thumbs up, click subscribe, check me out on other forms of social media, the links to all of which will be in the description box down below. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.